Hello everyone, welcome to Genius Tech. My name is Steven. I want to use this medium to appreciate those that already subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm so grateful. Thank you so much for the likes, for the comments, for taking your time as well to share my video to your loved ones. I am so grateful for that. And please, if this is your first time you're watching my video or you're currently watching my video now, if you want to subscribe to my YouTube channel, please kindly hit the subscribe button. Don't forget as well to click on the notification button as well, so that anytime I upload video like this, you'll be the first person to get the notification. Alright, so what I'm going to be working on today I'm going to be showing us how you can easily send data from Go to your HTML template. Don't forget, my last time on this video, I showed us easy way to render HTML templates in Go. So if you have not yet seen that previous video, please kindly go and watch the previous video. I explain in details how you can render an easy way to render HTML in Go. But today now, what I'm going to be showing us is that how you can send data from Go to your HTML template. How you can share data from your Go file to HTML templates. So that's what I'm going to be showing us today. So guys, without any further ado, so let's go inside our VS Code. So this particular code you are seeing there, I can see this is a continuation of my last video. So for you to be able to get this part, I'm going to advise you to watch the previous video. So I'm going to drop the link to the previous video in the description, so please kindly make sure you watch the last video before you pick up this, so that you'll be able to understand. So today I'm just going to be showing us how you can easily share data from your Go file to how you can send data from Go to your HTML template. All right, so okay, so the first thing we have to do now is that we need to create a new folder, and inside that folder we need to create a package called model. So this model, we have to create what kind of data do we want to be sending to our HTML templates. So we need to create a structure. In Golang we call it struct. So we need to create a struct. So this struct will help us to know the kind of data we want to send to our HTML templates. All right. Okay, so let's come here and create a new folder. So let's call that folder models. Well, let's call it model. All right. So inside this model now, don't forget we need to create a new file. So we need to call this model.go. All right. So after that, then we need to create we have to have our package here. So let's call it package model. All right. So then this is where we now need to define the kind of data. We have to have a structure for that. Is this string we want to send? Is it an integer? Is it a float? This is where we are going to determine that. All right. For us to be able to do that, let's come here. Let's say type. Okay. So type template data. Template. So this has to be in a capital letter because we need to share this data to our render, to our handler as well. So these guys must be in capital letter. So we're gonna say template data. Okay, struct. Don't forget, we want to create a struct. So here, what kind of data we might want to send, to our HTML templates. So let's say we want to send a string. So let's say string. Let's call this string map. So we have to have a map here, and we have to say string. So what kind of type of data that we want string later on. Okay. So we might want to send an integer as well. This is a string. So let's say we're gonna say int map. Okay, int map. Then we're gonna say map. Okay, it's going to have a string here, but the type of data is int. Okay, integer. So we might want to send a float number as well. So let's come here and say float map. Okay, float map. Then we're gonna say map. Then we have string here. Then here we have float 32. Let's say float 32. All right, so let's just say, for example, this is just an example. Let's just say this is 3 types of data that we might want to send to our HTML. So this, let's say these are the 3 kind of data. We want to send a string, we want to send a data that is an integer, we want to send a number that is float 32. Okay, so let's save this now. So the next thing we now have to do is that we need to go inside. Okay, so we have string map. So these are the 3 kind of data, for example. So as in the future, you can add as many as possible the kind of data here that you might think you need to send to your HTML file. So the next thing we have to do is that we have to go inside our render.go now. Okay, we are going to need this where is the guy again? Okay, we are going to need this model. Let me close some of this that I don't need for now. Okay, I don't need the handler for now, I don't need the go mode for now. Okay, so let's just stick this. I don't need the handler as well for now. Okay, so we need to, this our data here, this our model here, so we need to bring it inside our render.go. We need to point to it so that we want to tell this render that, see, these are the kind of data that we really need. We need a string map, we need an int, we can send a string, we can send integer, we can send a float. So we have to make our render to understand that. So what are we going to do here is that we just have to come here, we're going to say td now, td, then we have a pointer here pointing to this model that will define it. So we're going to say model. Okay, model, don't forget we need to import model. So this is if your VS Code is not automatically imported like this, or your text editor, anything you are using, so just make sure you import model before you can access the template data here. All right, so now we need to do this. So I'm going to say td, there we have pointed to model.template data. All right, so what is the next thing we have to do? So the next thing we have to do is that we need to say that, let's have a variable here. So then this variable here, now we need a new byte, let's say new bytes. Okay, new bytes dot buffer. Okay, so what is the essence of this buffer? Now let me the essence of this buffer is that, see, a buffer is a variable sized buffer of bytes with read and write method. So what are we just trying to do is that we are trying to create a kind of storage. This buffer, we're supposed to create a kind of storage. Are you getting it now? So that this storage is, we are now going to save our string. We are going to save our data inside this buffer. That's what we're trying to do now. We're trying to create a storage here. All right. So okay, the next thing we have to do is that we're going to say that we have this underscore. I have to comment this guy out from here first thing, because we're not going to be needing this guy. So we're not going to need them again. So let's say we have a variable here. So since we are not going to be, I'm not going to be making use of this variable, so that's why I'm using underscore here. Underscore is equals to, we're going to say past, okay, template dots. So execute, okay, we're going to say execute. Then what do you want to execute? This both here, this variable here, then cd. Okay, so what I'm trying to do here is that we are trying to say that, see, what do we want our this our past templates? We are saving this past file. I explained this in my last video. This template is a folder where we save our HTML documents. So then we are now saying that plus this HTML here, that is, we are saying every data inside our templates. So we want you to execute every data inside our template. That's what we are trying to do here. All right. So I am now trying to as well to execute this our model here. We are trying to execute it as well. So that's what we are trying to do here now. Okay. So the next thing we want to do now, we want to check if there is an error. We're going to say that. Okay. We're going to say that. Let's have another underscore here, and let's say if there is an error here. So we have to declare this variable. We're going to say buff.write, okay, write, to, okay, we have to say write to this guy here. Okay, so this write should be in capital letter. Then let's come down here. We're going to say that if there is an error now, if there is an error, come on, if okay, if there is an error, so what we want to do, we want to print out something if there is an error. So let's just come here, let's say fmt.print. okay, we're gonna say that error writing template to browser. Let's say error writing templates, error writing templates to browser, error writing template to browser. Okay, browser, I think I'm correct in my spellings, browser. Okay, so we're going to say that we want to print out that error as well. Okay, so if there is an error, we want to show this. If maybe peradventure we are not doing something right here, so we want to get that error out here. All right, so this is all what we need to do in our render.go. This is all what we need to do. So what I'm just trying to do here is that, don't forget, these are just the simple way I'm trying to get the model I created the other time. That is the kind of data we might later want to send to our HTML template. So with this, we have the structure inside our model. So then we are just coming here to render those models inside our HTML template. Okay, so now the next thing we now have to do is that we need to go to inside our handler. So we want to make, you see, we are already getting error here, and the reason is because now this error is happening because already here we already have inside our render. Oh, let me bring this. Okay, let me just. Okay, so now here is inside our render here, we are already passing three parameters here. You can see we have the response writer, we have this HTML string, and this guy here. So but here we are just having two. You see, that's the complaint here. We are just having two, so we need to bring in that model here. So how we're going to do that is just very simple. So let's just come here. Okay, let's come here. We're going to say that we need to point to, okay, well, don't forget, this guy here is a pointer here, this guy here is a pointer here, so we need to make reference to that. We're going to say model.templates. Good. So automatically my text editor imports this model for me. All right, so let's come down here again. We need to do the same thing as well. Let's say model, okay, we're going to say model.templates. All right, so now don't forget, because later on we still need to pass a data here. So let's just send a data quickly to our to our about.html. So we need to send data to our about.html. And how we're going to send this data, it's just very, very simple to do. So how we're going to send data is very, very simple to do. So now the first thing we have to do is that now we have to say, let's have a variable here. Let's call it string map. Okay, so and then don't forget, we want to say make okay, we want to say make map. All right, we want to say make map. So let's say string, okay, and then the type of map is string. All right, so then we have to come down here to say that string map, okay, string map. Then let's just say we're going to have, let's just say test here. Let's just put something there, test, okay, is equals to, okay, hello again, or let's just say welcome back. So this is what we want to send to our about.html. This is the data we want to send to about.html. So what I'm just trying to do here is that I'm trying to save this data, send this data. I'm trying to define the kind of data that I want to send to my about.html. So that's what I'm trying to do here. So let me just come down here inside this model.template data. I already have access to this string map. So what is the kind of data we want to send? Don't forget that the kind of data we want to send is a string. Look at it here. Welcome back. Welcome back here is a string. So, and we already defined that. See, we've already say that we can as well send string to our data, to our HTML file. So we've already defined that here. So now inside our template data, we already have access to that string map. So what I'm just going to do is just to say string map. Okay, you see we already have access to it. String map, then we are saying string map. So this, we are just trying to set this string map to this string map here that we've already defined it. You see, so we're already setting this string map. This string map is a model that we've created. So we are now setting it to this string map here. So that's all what we are just trying to do. So now let me save this guy. All right, then the next thing we have to do is that we have to go to our, this is all what we need to do in our handler. Anyway, this is all we need to do. So let's just go inside our about.html and now let's now receive that data here. Okay, so let's just come here and let me say that, let me have a p tag here. Let's say this came from the templates. This came from the template, so that we're going to know that yes, this data is coming from our templates. Okay, so this data is coming from our templates. Okay, you just have to have these two called brackets here. We're gonna say index dots. Okay, we want to say index dots. What are we trying to do is that we are trying to receive the data that I'm trying to send from this handler here. So I'm trying to receive it inside my about. So that's what I'm trying to do here. So we're gonna say dot string map. Okay, we're gonna say string map. Then what's kind of string map? Then we'll say test here. So I'm trying to receive the data. So let me show you again. Let me go back to another. Here we have string map. So this string map is having a test here. This we are now saying string map is equals to welcome back. So that's what I'm trying to receive here. Let's say for example this guy here is let me change this guy to what can I even save it to now? Let's say I save it to I change it to let me say I change it to anything. If I say temp here, don't forget you just have to come back here and change this guy to temp as well. So let me just save it now and save this as well. Alright, so let me stop my server from running. Okay, let me clear it. Then we need to say go run cfd/web. Then we are trying to run everything here. That's why we are using this asterisk symbol here. So let me press enter. So let me check if we are going to receive this data now inside our about. So we are already there, so I just have to reload. You can see now this came from the template. Welcome back is working perfectly. So we can now send, as you can see, it's just very simple. It's just very simple to send data from our Go to HTML. So it's just very simple. Now this is coming from our template. Welcome back. So let me show you another example. Okay, so for you to be able to understand perfectly well, so let's come here again. Let's try to to send another data. Now let's just come here. Let's say init map. Okay, so we want to send a number now this time around. So let's say init map, then it's equals to let's say make. Okay, let's say make map. All right, so make map here. We're gonna say we have string. So let me remove this 0. So we want to say the type of map is int here. All right, don't forget that I want to set an integer now. This time I want to send a number. So what we're going to do, it's the same process. Just come here, just say init map. All right, init map. Then let's say let's call this int. All right, then we want to say that it's equals to I just say it's equals to 40. All right, it's equals to 40. So then what's the next thing? What do you think is that you are going to do? Don't forget here, we already say that we can as well send integer. We can as well send integer to our HTML file. So what you just have to come here again is that we already have access to this guy here, this int map. we already have access to it here inside our model.template. So what I'm just going to do is just come back again, just say int map. Okay, then we have to set it to this guy here, say int map. Okay, that's all what we need to do. Okay, let's save it now. So let's go back to our about.html. We need to receive that data. So what I'm just going to do is, let me just quickly copy this and paste it. Let's say this came from the template as well. So what I'm just going to do is that this time around is not a string map, it's int map. So let me just change this to int map. So and then we have to change this guy here to int, because that's the key there. So int, let's save. So let me come back here and let me reload this page. You see that we're going to have this. Say this came from the template 0. Okay, it's saying 0 instead of, we are trying to send let me see. Okay, we are trying to send 40 and it's saying 0. So let me just stop my server and restart it again. Okay, let me go back again now and reload. It should be working perfectly well. So you see, this came from the template 40. So this is just a simple basic way to send data from your goal to HTML. So guys, this is going to be the end of the tutorial. I've just successfully shown you how you can send data from your goal to HTML. So that is this simple way you can achieve that. All right, so guys, this is we've come to the end of this tutorial. So, and I believe you've learned one or two things from this video. Please don't forget, as a payback, kindly hit the subscribe button, and don't forget as well to hit the notification button as well. So if you have any question or concern relating to this video, kindly drop your comments, your question to the comments box. I'm going to be there to answer you any questions you are ready to ask me. So guys, thank you so much for taking your time to watch my tutorial. I'm still your host, still your friend Steven. Thank you so much. See you guys in my next tutorial. Thank you.